Hey guys, welcome to Raw Customs. I'm your host, Patrick Ropolo. This episode we're going to be putting together some tactical Shin armor. Now if you've been watching my channel for a while guys, you know I've been working on a tactical armor suit. Now the idea behind the tactical armor is for it to be universal guys. It's meant to give you a base to build on top of, so whether you want to do something like a Batman, a Robin, a Nightwing, or whatever character that you come up with, the idea behind it is to give you a base and some tools for you to get started and build on top of your own projects. Now the tactical Shin armor is the last piece in the tactical armor series guys. So here's what I came up with. To start with, I have a kit. The kit is a pair guys, so you get a left and a right leg in that kit guys. I also have a template, so if you're interested in either one of those, you can find links down in the description area below. So I have two sizes guys. I have a large and a medium. If you're 5'11" or taller, I would recommend going with the large, and 5'10" or shorter, I would recommend going with the medium size. So I did add a few extra pieces to give you guys a few more options in your build. Number one, I added a center section here, overlay, so you can put it in the front like you see. You can also put this piece on the back if you want, or of course just leave it out altogether. I also added some buckle pieces here guys. They're designed to go over here. It helps clean up this strapping if you're going to go that route, but you could always use your imagination for these pieces and add them in different places, or of course not use them at all. The option is always yours. I've also added in a little bit of adjustment for you guys. So you've got the section in the center here that joins the knee to the shin. This section is just a little bit long to allow you to move it up and down into the shin, and also to move the knee piece up and down on top of it, so that you can get the height more dialed in for your leg. Now when you're adjusting the knee section, I do recommend leaning it or kicking it forward just a bit. It seems to work out a little bit better for me, at least when I'm walking in the shin guards. Alright guys, so the kit comes with all your foam pieces cut out, ready for you to get started on your project. However, you will need to pick up some Velcro for the side here to hold everything in place. If you'd like to go with some strapping, what I use is some 3/4 inch elastic and some 1/2 inch buckles guys. So the straps here are mainly just for looks. It's actually the Velcro that's holding everything in place. Alright guys, let's get to the video and see how to put these things together. For this build you'll need the kit or the templates. If you go with the templates, you'll need 4 sheets of 5mm foam, 4 sheets of 2mm foam, some contact cement, PLASTI dip, spray paint, some Velcro, elastic, some 1/2 inch buckles, a heat gun, a rotary tool, and a razor knife. The kit comes with all your pieces for both legs. You have 3 pieces for the knee. You have the knee base, the overlay, and then a front panel. You have 2 pieces that make up the section that join the knee to the shin guard, a base piece and an overlay. The shin guard has a base piece as well as an overlay. Then you have a square that will join the shin to the foot guard. The foot guard has a base piece as well as a overlay as well. Then you have a piece for the back of the leg and some extra overlay pieces in case you want to use them on your project. Start with the 2 pieces for the foot guard. On the base piece, apply glue to the top surface area on the outside of the reference lines all the way around. On the overlay, apply glue to the entire bottom surface area. Allow the glue time to set up, and then you can press your pieces together. You have reference points in the center on both pieces. Press your pieces together starting at your reference points and work your way from the center out to each end while keeping your outside edges flush. For glue, I recommend using contact cement. As a general rule, I apply 1 coat of glue to surface areas and 2 coats on all edges. Once your pieces are glued together, you can use a rotary tool with a grinding stone to round over your edges and clean up your seams all the way around. You have a line on each side that runs from top to bottom. That's been covered up by the overlay. You'll want to make a reference mark where the lines are on the bottom side of the section on each end. I'd recommend doing this before you put the overlay on, but if you're like me and forget this step, you should be able to see the lines at each end. Once you have your marks made, take a straight edge, line it up on your 2 marks, and then press firmly down to make an indentation in the foam. Next, use a heat gun to heat your piece on both sides. Line up your straight edge on your marks again, then fold your piece completely over. The goal here is to make a nice sharp bend. Next, take your square and mark a reference line around ½ an inch from the top. Then line up the square at the top bottom side of the foot guard. Line up the reference line with the top edge. Then mark a reference line on the bottom surface area of the guard. Then apply glue to the marked area on both pieces. Allow the glue to set up and then press your pieces together. Next, grab the 2 pieces that join the knee to the shin guard. On the base piece, you have lines that go from top to bottom. Make reference marks on the bottom surface area at the top and bottom for these lines. Apply glue to the top surface area along your reference lines and to the bottom surface area of your overlay piece. Then you'll just repeat all the same steps as you did for the foot guard. On this piece, use your rotary tool to clean up your seams and round over your edges on each end. Next, grab the 3 pieces for the knee. Heat the top base on both sides. Then roll it into a circle and hold it till it cools. Next, apply glue to the bottom surface area along the front edge. Apply glue to the front piece along the sides and top rounded edge. Glue your pieces together starting at the center points. Then work your way from the center to the bottom, one side at a time. Next, apply glue to the top surface area of the base piece, in the center area along the reference line, and to the bottom surface area of the overlay in the center area as well. Line your overlay up using your center points, while keeping the top edges even. Work your way from the back to the front edge using your reference lines to keep everything lined up. You'll have a portion of the overlay that hangs over the front edge at this point. Once the center section is glued down, apply glue to one side along your reference lines on the base and to the bottom surface area of the overlay. Once the glue is set, you can press the overlay down. Work your way from the top to the bottom edge. Then repeat the process on the other side. At the front of the knee section, apply glue to the top surface area around the outside edge and to the bottom surface area of the overlay where it hangs over the front. Starting at the center in the top, fold the overlay down and glue it to the front. Fold over the overlay a little at a time, working your way from the center to the bottom. Next, use your rotary tool to clean up your outside seams and round over your edges. Then you can use a heat gun to heat seal this section. Next, grab your shin base and overlay. Use a heat gun to heat the base, top, and bottom. Fold each side over along the lines that stretch from top to bottom. Then slightly round over each side from top to bottom. Next, apply glue to the top surface area in the center, along the reference line on each side and top and bottom. Apply glue to the bottom surface area of the overlay in the center area. Leave the outside area dry at this point. Line up your overlay in place using your center marks. Work your way from the bottom to the top, laying down one side at a time. Next, you'll want to hold the side of the overlay down to the base piece and trace a reference line from top to bottom along the outside edge of your overlay. Then apply glue to your marked area and to the back side of the overlay. Once the glue is set, you can press the overlay in place. I recommend working from the center to the outside edge a little at a time. With everything glued together, you can use a rotary tool to round over your outside edges. Then use a heat gun to seal all the foam. On the foot guard section at the top of the square, make a reference line around a ½ inch away from the top edge. Then line it up at the bottom of your shin guard and mark a reference line along the top edge onto the back side of the shin guard. Apply glue to your marked areas and then glue your piece in place. Now take the piece for the back of the leg, heat it on both sides, and then bow it into a U shape. At this point, you'll want to take the shin guard and back section and wrap them around your leg. The shin guard needs to overlap the edges of the back piece. You'll want to center the back piece the best you can and adjust how tight you want it to the leg. Once you have your pieces adjusted, make a reference mark onto the back piece along each side of your shin guard. With your two pieces lined up, make a reference mark on the inside of the shin guard, then apply glue to your marked areas on just one side. On the other side, I recommend using Velcro. Mark an area for the Velcro to set, and then apply glue to that area. Next, line up your two pieces along your reference lines and press your two pieces together. Then you can stick your Velcro in place on the other side. Next, peel off the tape on the other side of the Velcro, line up your reference marks, and press everything together. At this point, you'll want to put the shin guard back on. Then grab the joining section. The circles on the sides should be on the bottom. You'll want to line this piece up in place on the inside of the shin guard. There's room to adjust this piece up and down and be able to tilt it forward. Next, take the knee piece and line it up at the top of your joiner. Again, you have room to move the knee piece up and down and to be able to tilt it. Adjust these two sections to fit your height and then make reference marks for glue. I recommend tilting these sections forward. Once you have your reference marks in place, you can apply your glue to all your marked areas and then glue your sections together. There's an extra overlay piece for the center. This can be used in the front or in the back. If you decide to use this piece, lay it in place, trace around it to make reference lines, and as usual, just apply a little glue and stick it in place. On this particular set of shin guards, I'm going to be gluing it down on the front side. There's 4 more overlays that are designed to go over the buckle area, but you can always use your imaginations to figure out different placements or different ways of using these. As far as holding the shin guard in place, you could stop with the Velcro and be ready for paint at this point. But another option or add-on you could do is to add some strapping. In this case, I'm going to use some 3/4 inch Velcro and some clips. If you go this route, get an approximate length for your Velcro and just add a little bit more than you think you will need. Then slide the Velcro through each end of the clip. You'll want to pull through around 1 inch. Then apply contact cement where the strap will be glued together. I recommend applying 2 coats of glue on the straps. Next, take a razor knife and on the side of the shin guard and make a cut around 1 inch long in the buckle areas right above the bottom circles. Once you've made your cut, you can push the strap through to the inside. Once your straps are pulled through, you can buckle the ends together and adjust the length of your strap. Fold the extra elastic down to the front, then trace a reference mark around it. Apply glue to the marked area and your straps, and then glue them down in place. To give a little bit better look around the straps, you can use your overlay pieces. Line them up in place and then trace a reference line along the front edge. Then apply glue to the marked areas and the bottom surface area of the overlay. Allow time for the glue to set up, and then press your pieces in place. I recommend taping off your straps to prep for paint. Before you paint, you'll need to seal the foam. I recommend using PLASTI dip. I like to use 2 light coats followed by 2 heavy coats. Once the PLASTI dip's dry, you can apply your base paint. I generally use 2 light coats followed by 1 to 2 heavy coats. To add the details, I'm actually using an airbrush. However, you can always use a paintbrush, sponge brush, paint pens. It just depends on what you have and what works for you. And once everything's done, I like to seal everything with a couple of coats of clear. Alright guys, there you go, the tactical Shin armor. Now this is the last piece in the tactical armor series. I've had a lot of feedback from you guys. A lot of you have purchased the templates, a lot of you have purchased the kits. A lot of you have sent me pictures and done some really awesome work building on top of what I started. So really congrats. Thanks so much guys for all the support. You know, you buying the kits and supporting me allows me to keep on building and coming up with new ideas. All the positivity, that's just a little bit of an ego boost, but it does encourage me to keep on going guys. So I'd like to say thank you for all your support guys. When one project ends, I get to get back on another project that I hadn't finished yet, I guess you could say. So the Iron Man armor, guys, I actually finished all the design work on that. The last piece that I've been working on is the foot. So at this point, it's just a matter of cutting everything out, getting everything painted, and showing off the suit to you guys a little bit. So as far as the Iron Man armor, at least I'm done with it. So the next step on this is to actually start building the next suit and filming the tutorials for you guys. Don't get in a hurry. There's a lot of work here, so this will take me a while to get the whole thing out for you, but it is coming. Now, since I am working on the Iron Man costume, I have some ideas for like adding some add-on packs to it. My first idea on this is adding like Batman stuff. So I've already started. I've got a Iron Bat helmet that I've come up with. And this will be going out as a kit, but on top of this, I have ideas to do like an add-on pack, like the bicep area on the Iron Man armor to put, you know, change it up, make it look like the Batman gauntlets a little bit. Maybe do a few things to the leg and probably a overlay over the chest area with a big old glowing bat or something. I haven't got that far at this point. All those are just ideas in my head. All right, guys, the main reason I actually got into actually building props is because I like to make short films and I wanted to have a bigger variety of costumes and not cost me a fortune to actually come up with my characters. Now my main focus right now guys is coming up with my own designs and my own characters. So check this out. This is my own design on a helmet. Right now I'm actually calling this the Razor helmet because I'm working on an actual character. And that's the name of the character I have right now, so check that out. Now the helmet is designed to go with some other pieces that I've been working on, like this gauntlet here. It's got some of the same designs in it, and a bicep piece that I've been working on. I also have a belt design for it, but I haven't got around to cutting it out and building it quite yet. Now the reason this Shin armor is actually painted red, because it's painted to go with the actual Razor costume, the Razor character that I'm working on. But you can see how the two pieces actually go together, even though this is from a tactical suit and this is from the Razor. So everything is kind of designed to at least look good together. Now I also painted up one of the Razor helmets in the Boba Fett style here, or Boba Fett colors. And since I've already done this, as I do other test builds, I'll probably paint them to match this and actually build a whole suit underneath this. It's kind of one of the ideas I have right now anyway. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next one.